Hi, this is Swapnil Bharti and we are here in the beautiful city of Den Haag, in the Netherlands. As you can see behind me, it's raining outside. We are here for the Cloud Foundry Summit European Edition. This was the first day of the event and it has been super exciting. There was keynote by Abby Kriens, the executive director of the Cloud Foundry Foundation. There was some demos of cool technologies like Service Mesh or Quark. There were some talks by users how they are using Cloud Foundry to accelerate the whole development process. But the most exciting thing of the day was, and yes, there were some awards that were given out to the Cloud Foundry users community. But as I said, the most exciting feature or highlight of the day was a fireside chat between Craig McLuckie and Abby Kriens. Craig McLuckie, as you may know, is one of the co-founders of Kubernetes and also co-founder of Heptio. What really caught my and everybody else's attention there in that keynote discussion was that Craig said that he doesn't want to talk about Kubernetes anymore. He wants to talk about other things, but not Kubernetes. And this is not something that is new. I have talked to all other co-founders of Kubernetes and they really don't want Kubernetes to be the talk of the town. But why they don't want to talk about Kubernetes? Because the fact is that they want the focus to be on the developer experience and not on this infrastructure layer that is Kubernetes. As Craig said, and I'm quoting him verbatim, is that we still have a lot of work to do as an industry to make the infrastructure technology fade into the background and bring forward the technologies that developers interface with, because that's what enables them to develop the code that drives the business value. That's the code that drives business. So let's make that infrastructure technology really, really boring. It is not that he doesn't want to talk about Kubernetes, but that should not be the focus. And as I said earlier, that Craig is also known for founding Heptio, which was recently acquired by VMware. Another company that VMware is in process of acquiring is Pivotal, which is a force behind Cloud Foundry. These acquisitions put VMware in a very unique situation, because if you look at recent numbers, VMware is actually among the top 3 contributors of Kubernetes. And Pivotal is among the top contributors to Cloud Foundry. So when you bring these, companies together, companies like Heptio and Pivotal together, you get a unique proposition there. Because let's just look at it from the project's perspective. Cloud Foundry Foundation is part of the Linux Foundation. Kubernetes is part of CNCF, which is part of Linux Foundation. So what happens at the project level? First of all, the Cloud Foundry community itself has been working on bringing these two technologies together. There was a project called Kubo, which was renamed into Cloud Foundry Runtime. So with Bosch, so the Cloud Foundry is kind of integrating Kubernetes in the whole kind of set of technologies. At the same time, Linux Foundation creates an environment where the developers from these two different projects, sister projects, can come together under the same roof and interact, collaborate. There's a lot of cross-pollination going on. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Open Source Summit was there, and you can see developers from these communities together. Now, look at it from the commercial point of view. VMware is in a unique position with these two projects, and it's going to be a really interesting time what VMware, which was nowhere in the scene a few years ago when you talk about open source, it is becoming a really serious player in the open source arena. While Craig himself did not talk about the acquisition itself because going through the process and you really don't want to take those lawyers off. But what he did mention was that that bringing these two communities together, I think, is going to have incredibly powerful result for both communities as we start to bring these technologies together. It's really incredible to see what VMware is going to do with these two technologies. And when you bring Kubernetes and CF Push together, it's going to be incredible. So that's one of the highlights of the day today. I'm just wrapping it now. I wanted to try out with the news format that we are going to do at TFIR, where we'll be doing daily news coverage from these events. So that's our first test. Let us know what you think about it, and see you tomorrow in the next news story. Bye for now.